Go ahead.
All right, so we're just going to wrap up this whole GOAT series that we've been doing. You know, we covered the NFL, did the NBA, and this is it. This is the last division. It's the Pacific Division, Chris. So we're going to go Golden State, Clippers, Lakers, Suns, and the Sacramento Kings. I'm going to start with the Kings. We'll make this quick because we're pressed for time here. Oscar Robertson for the Kings. It could have been Chris Webber. It could have been, Mitch Richmond, Jerry Lucas, Tiny Archibald. But the Big O, he's the guy there, and I think that's a safe assessment to say.
But did he play for the Sacramento Kings?
No,
he was Kansas City Royals, I believe.
Is he in their record book?
Yeah, that's something that we had to do with records. And
okay, go for it.
So then we're going to go to Phoenix Suns. Again, I'm going to just speed through this. It basically came down, it was Walter Davis. He was in contention, but it really came down to Barkley and Steve Nash. You know, Barkley, I think, took the Suns to their greatest season when he unfortunately fell to the Bulls and Jordan in the finals. But, I went with Steve Nash, back-to-back MVPs. The man averaged 11 assists a game. Like, Nash, shot 50. Chris, he's that guy, 50% from the floor, 90% from the line, I think 40 from three.
Oh, yeah.
Steve Nash was that dude, man, and he was a guy I just loved watching. So, big Steve Nash fan. Barkley obviously is my guy too, but I think Nash was the right call. Let's keep going through this. We're going to go with the Clippers.
All to a candy. What's next?
This was tough. I'll just make the Clippers. I'll just excuse all the Clipper jokes.
Kowski, everybody.
Bob McAdoo, former Buffalo Brave.
Okay.
Moved to the Braves came to San Diego. I'm sorry. Became the Clippers. Of course, Blake Griffin. He kind of ushered in the Lob City. He and Chris Paul and Elton Brand had a few great seasons. Danny Manning also, but Bob McAdoo, greatest player in the franchise history of the Clippers. Now we're coming up to two tough ones. I guess I'll go with the Golden State Warriors. Came down between Wilt and Steph. Wilt Chamberlain, one of the greatest players of all time, but Steph Curry, you have to give it to Steph. He now embodies the Warriors. He's the face of the franchise. Shout out to Rick Barry. They had obviously championships before he got there, great players, but Steph Curry right now, people are talking about top 10 of all time, so you got to put him as the GOAT. And now we're getting to the Lakers.
Here we go.
This was the toughest one you two had. Because you could have said Elgin Baylor. You could have said Jerry West. You could have said Kareem. Kareem was in there. Shaq was in there. But ultimately, I think, and Laker fans let me know, it's got to come between Magic and Kobe, right?
Down to Magic and Kobe.
This was tough. I went back and forth. I went with this guy because he kind of ushered in the Lakers as we know them today, right?
Magic.
He kind of ushered in Showtime. Also, Kobe.
Do you believe
Kobe
in
could have been the pick,
magic?
but he wasn't the best player on two of those title teams, probably three of those title teams. Irvin Magic Johnson, greatest Los Angeles
you can't
Laker
argue with that.
of all time. I'm sure I'm going to hear about it from the younger generation.
that.
But look at the man. He put them on the map. He saved the National Basketball
And then that's the right
Association. He started at center, no matter what the guy on TikTok tries to tell me, in 80, out of position. Magic Johnson, greatest Laker of all time.
That's right.
So.
Yeah, you got it.
TJ Jefferson. I
Right
surfed in late, but I'm sure the rest of the divisions were equally as compelling.
It was a little bit easier than football. Let's put it that way. Football was a lot tougher, I think.
Who'd you put for the Knicks?
The Knicks. Well, I went with Ewing, but then Ben. Ben gave me a Clyde, and I flipped it. I was like, "You're right. I was wrong on that one."
Ben made
Clyde.
a very great
argument for Clyde. And unlike the people on YouTube, didn't tell me I was stupid. He just explained to me why. So I was like,
Why
cool.
don't you listen to the YouTube people?
Oh, I don't anymore.
Don't listen to the trolls.
That was the big thing, Rich.
Yeah,
big reveal. Big reveal last week. TJ's done reading the comments.
Oh, good.
Yep.
By the way, if you listen to trolls, then you wouldn't be able to wear a rake of shot like this. And say, thanks for taking in the Rich Eisen Show.